Okay, so you will notice throughout our show and all of our shows that all of the aliens have a necklace, for lack of a better word. That's what we called them. And they were like this. Mine was wrapped around my wrist. So this was mine. You'll see this in almost every time you see me, I'll have this on my wrist. Dre had his blue one. It was wrapped around his hand and then kind of did a thing around his finger. McKenna wears hers as a necklace. Coric just hung onto his. And there's a very funny story why that is. And then Zira wore hers as a necklace as well. The reason that Coric hangs onto his and Zira has hers around her neck is because we only had one of this color. I've only made one. So I had to keep switching it back and forth. So the first time I handed it to Eric to wear his Coric, he was like, "What do you want me to do with it?" And he just wrapped it around his hand like this. And I'm like, "Oh, it's fine. Go." And that's how Coric ended up with, this was his holding, that's where his placement of his necklace was. So that's a little inside scoop for you on the guide's alien necklaces. Okay, so these came up, these were the idea that I had, is I'm a huge fan of astrology, and there is a website called Wandering Designs. And ultimately, had we had the budget, I wanted to buy each one of us our necklaces from Wandering Designs, which is what they do, is they take your birth chart and they create your birth chart in necklace form. So each bead is a degree on your chart. They put bigger stones for where your planets are landing. So your entire necklace, if this was the necklace, would be your birth chart. And so then I was going to use that as each of us individually having our own necklace to communicate with the universe and blah. They are gorgeous and I love them, but they were kind of expensive. So there was no way I could afford to get one for everyone when we first started out with this. So I was like, what? I can just go ahead and make some necklaces because I'm crafty like that. Well, that was more daunting than I expected it to be. And so this is what I came up with. And so each one of us has a different set of jewels and beads and color schemes. So Cree, because she was in the green and gold category, she got all the green and golds, and so then we utilized this, and this is how we talk to the universe. So different beads mean different things. You'll see a lot of times looking through our beads and trying to figure out what's happening, or we hit a bead and we disappear, we reappear, and so there's a lot of really cool stuff happening with that. So Cree is the green, is a green and gold. McKenna, in case you hadn't figured it out, because she's always in red and black, she got the dark reds and the darker black colors. So she got the purples and the reds and the darker colors. As we've already seen, Zira and Coric got the black one, or basically the gray beads, and the lighter colored ones, which was cool. And these all kind of also represent, original concept, were to represent our planets in addition to who we were individually. Each one was supposed to have an individual one. And this was originally from our original script, Francois. And unfortunately, Francois moved to Norway, so he's no longer with us. So David, if you're watching, we love you, we miss you, we hope Norway's amazing. So his necklace was bequeathed to Coric and Zira. So that's that color. Then Dre's was the blue, because Dre's planet was originally a water planet. Now it's barren and dark. But we're saying originally it was a blue planet, like Atlantis. So this is Dre's. So each of us got a different color scheme and a different planetary idea. And then the boss's necklace, if you noticed in episode 1, if you were paying attention, and we all know you were, was basically a combination of all of them. So you have Cree's green scheme, McKenna's red, Coric and Zira's black, Dre's blue, and then we were going to actually add another one. I just never got around to making it because we didn't have that alien yet, but maybe now Coric or Zira will be getting it when we go into season 2. There was a straight up brown one. And then that was it's separated by these big white balls, which kind of were like, we're thinking of different universes. So the boss, who's basically the ruler of the universe, can coordinate and work with everybody in this entire galaxy. And that's how that works.